episode 15. Shits. The show must go on, man. We are the Stupid Humans Internet Talk Show, ladies and gentlemen. And we're here to laugh, joke, poke fun, and ridicule all of the stupidity that surrounds us. What about that intro, Big Mikey P? How's the end of the console? How are you?
Smoking.
Oh, my God. A big fucking shout out to our buddy, our listener, our fan who created that amazing fucking opening for us. I mean, that was incredible. Mr. Michael Ravid, R-A-V-I-D. Google his ass, YouTube his ass. Thank you so much, my friend. That was thumping, man. I got goosebumps. What a fucking opening. And we're broadcasting live and high above the clouds at the Liquid Cloud Lounge, 701 Monroe Avenue. What's up, kids? How are you today?
The rash is much better.
I told you if you got a little ointment for it, it'll go away in a couple of
right.
days. Anyway, we got a very exciting show coming up, man. We do. We've got a lot to talk about. That's one of the things that we got a lot to go over because there is some exciting stuff happening, man. Exciting. We have got a nice call coming in today. We got Mr. Damian Harvey from DHG Group.
All right.
The Damian Harvey Group.
Nice.
He is at our
Related
nation.
to Steve Harvey?
He is. It's Steve Harvey's cousin.
Oh, okay, great.
Different mothers, so he's really white and Steve Harvey's really black. But it doesn't matter. They're still family. Sure. They still love each other. We'll pick on him when he gets on the phone. Oh, cool. Anyway, we got that going on. We got a lot of new announcements. We got some really cool shit going on. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. That was an accident. I was looking for something else.
It's standard protocol.
Oh, Christ. Now it's not labeled. I'm dead. I'm not going to be able. Where the hell did it go? I'm so disappointed.
It's such.
I'm
so begins
disappointed.
the poke and punch sound effect machine known as McRib.
I listen. I'm struggling, man. I really want this to work. And
Better you than me.
And it's hard because I'm really trying to make this show the best show on the internet today. I mean, we're number 2 on the internet.
We are definitely number 2.
Shit.
That's right.
Anyway, I want this show to be number 1, and one of the ways I want to do it is by bringing in some funny sound effects that, make fun of you and me as we're talking about each other.
Oh, I like that.
So I had this one all queued up, and now it's gone. I don't even know where it went. That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make the announcement anyway. Right? Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's what it was supposed to sound like. God damn it. That was it. It was the Stupid Humans entrance bugle.
That's the
but
sound
it was
I make
gone.
when my
Where
member
did it go? I'm so disappointed in myself.
is disturbed.
I am so disappointed. I don't
totally
even know.
miss my phallic joke.
Oh, you're right. It's because I'm still trying to find it.
Preoccupied. You're you're chasing a fucking squirrel around our studio.
Oh, this stupid fucking thing.
I really like this table. We have a new table now.
We do. We're building out a new studio, and we are in our new comfortable chairs.
Oh, the
You
chair
got your
is
feet.
so nice.
I know. You got to feed up.
Oh, yeah. It's sweet.
Yeah. Right?
The only thing I need now is a Cuban.
Yeah.
Preferably with
long legs.
Long legs.
I love the Cuban Missile Crisis.
That's right.
All right. So the announcement is it won't play. It's still.
Oh,
Hey,
my
all right.
God. That's awesome. Now I'm
fucking
super
terrible.
excited. Swing.
Okay, so all of you fans that have been dying to look at our faces, the computer equipment showed up today so that we have that super high-speed machine that's going to be able to do OCB or OBG or whatever the platform is to get this stuff video out streaming to live on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. So our broadcast studio is going live. And the big announcement is we have secured a brand new URL for you guys to find us. Nice. URL is a website, and it's stoopidtube.com. STOOPID tube, like YouTube, but for stupid people.
That's easy.
I know, it's so easy. It's not. You don't
It's
have to
so
go
easy.
through.
It's stupid.
It's stupid. It's so easy. It's stupid.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, I did want to talk to you about a couple of things because you've had some input on what we're doing with that beautiful website. But I also want to give a big shout out to Blue Mongoose Development, the web guys that do our big website that we're launching. It's going to be amazing. It's going to have all kinds of interactive stuff for you guys. You can connect with us. You can read our bios. You can watch all our episodes. You can listen to our past episodes. There's going to be so much fun over there on that stupid tube.
As intimate as you can get with a piece of electronic equipment.
Well, hey, the Symbian is electronic equipment.
I retract my statement.
That's right. Oh my God, Mikey, what are we doing, man? We got I've got like show prep. I got 4 days worth of show prep. Oh, and the other big announcement is Saturday night. We are running a show. We're doing a drunk show. We're going to do a drunk show. Yep, we're doing a drunk show. We're going to get hammered. We're going to go on the air, and I've got a laundry list of amazing guests. I mean, international performers, musicians that actually had to fly back to Rochester because the coronavirus was shut down in Madrid and wouldn't let them travel anymore. And I got, it's going to be unbelievable. We got a nationally known comedian coming up Saturday night. It's going to be the most amazing show that we're going to do this week.
We're all going to be socially distant.
Oh, absolutely. We're just going to drink too much while we're socially distant.
We're just gonna, we'll be distantly drinking. I actually have a man boy group gang. Okay. This doesn't sound good.
No, it really slid sideways.
I'm getting together.
Where the fuck is my
online with my buddies to do a little bit of Wednesday night drinking tonight.
Oh, you're doing Wednesday night drinking?
Yeah, with Zoom.
Oh, you're Zoom drinking.
Yeah. That so it's got a 40-minute limit.
Oh. Not if you pay for the subscription.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, and I think they're cheap, right? I don't even know.
I don't think it's much.
Yeah, and only one person has to have it.
I'll probably have to end up purchasing it right around minute 35.
You're like, dude, I'm on my fourth drink. I want to keep going.
I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I think I bought a membership for everybody in Rochester. Whoopsie. You know what I'm looking forward to?
What are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to drinking my favorite bourbon at the moment.
Oh, what bourbon is that?
Iron Distillery.
Oh yeah, I saw Tommy yesterday. Actually, I was trying to get Tommy to come up, but he's practicing social distancing.
So delicious.
Yeah. Tommy Burnett.
Bourbon.
Tommy Burnett from Immaculate Mary and Iron Smoke.
And you should bring that peanut butter.
I am. That's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Screwball.
I just want a little taste of it.
I'm drinking Screwball. We'll have to socially distance, so I'm going to pour your cup and then slide it to you. No, I'll pour a cup and run away. I don't know, but I'm drinking it.
Get a banana suit on like Homer Simpson. Then pour me a shot. Pour yourself a shot, and then you can disrobe. Not everything, just the banana suit. And then we can party.
Okay.
Like
no fucking banana suit.
Like it's the end of the world.
Oh my God. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. All right. I mean. The coronavirus is in full swing, but it looks like it's starting to tail off.
I think I'm not sure if I had it the other day.
Yeah, no, I know you were sick.
I was sick. I don't know if it was the Rona, but I had a fever.
You
and
did.
I had body aches.
Yeah, you did.
And it wasn't even tax day.
No.
So something
lucky.
was going on.
You are lucky.
Get your fingers away from that fucking button.
So do you see this little keyboard over here?
I do.
It's not hooked up. So I'm pushing the fucking buttons right now, and nothing's happening. But what's going to happen is that this is going to have so you'll actually see my fingers as I give you your
poorly manicured fingers.
They're not that bad. I chewed them.
Stop.
I chewed them so they were nice and round.
Yes, nice and round. They're 1/8 of an inch long.
How about no? How about no?
How about no?
How about no?
All
right. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about. Are you a Hot Pocket guy? Seriously, do your kids eat Hot Pockets? Or
No, they are into this new thing. Well, it's not new. It's probably been around for 300 years. Taquitos.
I don't even know what those
frozen taquitos.
Are they the rolls?
It looks like a burrito with
like
anorexia.
A little tiny one. Little skinny one.
Skinny burrito with anorexia.
They have them at 7-Eleven on the little hot dog rolls.
I can't believe my kids eat these things, dude. They eat nothing but derivatives of plastic.
Oh, I know it's
I
well,
don't
the hot
understand
pocket.
it.
You know the hot pocket's got the little
Yeah, that's
little
like,
aluminum
I've eaten
foil
them before.
sleeve.
I
Oh
remember
yeah,
losing the roof of my mouth. Yes.
yeah, that and shit in your pants.
Yes.
That-
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's like a twofer.
Oh yeah, yeah. You might as well just throw it right in the toilet. It's easier.
That's right. That's right. Your stomach's in good shape, and the roof of your mouth is not burnt.
That's right. That's right. And you're obviously a little better on your cholesterol.
It's good apocalypse food because it probably never goes bad.
No, I don't think so. It's a
It's
Twinkie.
like a Twinkie.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's a hot Twinkie.
We actually purchased. You'll like this. We purchased a box of Twinkies for the boys.
When they
Until-
were born.
Yeah, when they were born. Well, just the other day, and they brought them home, and we brought them up and said, "Hey, listen, guys, we got you some Twinkies." And they both looked at us like we are crackheads. You know, what the hell's that? I'm like, this is the ultimate apocalypse food.
Oh yeah.
Try it out. They won't touch it.
They won't touch it. Really?
Yeah, I'm like, you ate that other shit.
Oh man.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I was in Wegmans
devour
yesterday. I went to Wegmans yesterday, and I had a little episode. Okay, first of all,
like a
no,
kind of
not
episode?
a no.
Oh,
I didn't
no.
know. I didn't know. I didn't do that. That's just wrong. Oh my God, there it goes again.
That's the worst.
No, that was today. But anyway, yesterday I was at Wegmans, and because I'm still wearing this boot and it's kind of difficult to walk, I decided to go with the cart. Not the walking cart, the riding cart, like an asshole.
God,
Yeah.
why couldn't I have been there?
I know. I went to the Pittsford Wegmans, so I would avoid anyone that knows me.
Oh, good. Yeah, you had to go outside of your home range.
Yeah, because East Avenue, and that's so narrow over at East Ave anyway. I wasn't going to go, but anyway, so I'm riding around, and I got to tell you a couple of observations that I made. Okay, one, Hot Pockets now has a brand new breakfast sandwich, which I think is that's basically diarrhea for lunch.
Nice.
Because if you eat it, you're going to get the shits. And not the good shits like our show.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the bad shits like the shits you get from,
like-
Hot Pockets
like
breakfast.
groaning?
And I'm looking at it going, and it's got like what the hell is it? The French toast crust outside.
Sweet Jesus.
Ugh, yuck.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like looking at it going, and you know what?
Yeah.
There looked to be about 40 of them in there at the original packaging, the way they stack stuff. You
Sure.
know how they got everything in
Yeah.
that little narrow space and the
Oh,
real
yeah.
estate that they
They
reserve.
look great. Everything looks great.
It looks like about 40 would fit in there. There was only about 3 left, and I'm like, that means
Holy
37
God.
people are going to shit themselves tomorrow
And
morning.
not just any shit. It's a groaning shit.
Oh, it is. It's awful. It hurts.
It's the one where people are like, are you okay? Do you need a drink?
Yes,
Would you
please.
like me to wipe your brow?
Yeah. So, but the other thing I notice is that when you're riding in the cart, the attribute that makes yoga pants popular
Uh-huh.
is eye level.
Oh,
I-
sweet Jesus. But then again,
It's eye level. I'm 6'5",
But
so riding around at 4 foot
yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
was nice to be eye level
Kind
with.
of interesting. Now,
Yeah.
what about the other senses that would be
Well,
heightened? I don't know how to say that tactfully.
I don't know if there is a way to say it tactfully. So we're just going to move along. But I got to tell you, having that different perspective. See, now I've always been the guy that walked down the aisle, and because I'm 6'5", I'm helping old ladies get stuff off the
yeah.
top shelf. I see them
yeah.
looking at it lovingly, like I wish I could get that. I
Yeah.
just walk by without even being asked
Excuse me,
and hand it to
Mr.
'em.
Tall Man?
Yeah, exactly. Can you help me out? And then I
Yeah.
point to the floor and say, "Help me out with the
Sure.
the
Give me the bag of flour off the floor, will you?
Can I have the oats, please? The ones that look like
Yeah.
Barbara Bush.
That's right. Give me
So,
some of that shit that nobody ever buys.
yeah, exactly. So, but one of the things that really kind of had a problem with is the people at Wegmans that are wearing masks.
Uh-huh.
Think they're fucking outlaws now. They think they're tough guys. They're running into me. I'm like stopping, jerking to try not to run into them because they have
Sure.
no consideration. And I'm looking at them going, are you some kind of special kind of stupid?
Right.
Because you're just a jerk.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
You could do anything with a mask on.
I don't know if they know this or not, but the N95 mask will not prevent you from getting your teeth knocked out. One leg or not.
Ooh,
You know what
that's
I mean?
correct.
Yeah, I mean, it'll hold the teeth in from
Hold the
falling
teeth
on the
in.
floor.
You won't. Yeah, you'll be able to carry them to the dentist.
But to the assholes, it was plural. It was nonstop. It was like people are rude and disrespectful, and they got these masks on, so they think they're anonymous.
There's
It's
a
like
certain part of town where that
same douchebags that are hiding behind their keyboards and they're writing stuff on Facebook and and all the other social
and
media.
they're thinking you don't have any means. They don't know you could pop up and just destroy them with your Frankenstein boot.
I would just club them to death. I would just club them to death and then hobble away.
Just conk them on top of the head and they wilt over like a flower.
But it's unbelievable, these people. They're just, they're asinine. I mean, they have no respect. They have no couth. They have no class. And now that they're anonymous with this mask on, they're total douchebags.
Yeah, well,
total douchebags.
Well, they were probably partial douchebags prior to that, but
right now, now they have an excuse.
They went full douchebag.
Yeah. These are the same people that write op-eds and they post all their crap. Yeah, they're pricks.
They're pricks.
Telephone tough guys, we call them.
It's their job to make life more miserable than it naturally is.
Right.
Yeah.
You remember the
like
kid?
that.
Okay, we come back. We were from a date and time where you had phones in your houses, right? Remember, and we didn't have cell phones or any of that stuff. Shut up, Mike.
Yes, I remember.
Okay, so remember the girl you started dating that had a guy that she was dating before you, and he found your phone number and he calls you and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. When I get you, I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna put my arm around your head, and I'm gonna punch it till your eyes swell up." Right? Yeah. Real tough guy. And then you meet him in person, and he's like, "Oh shit, I really wish I hadn't said that." These are the same people, man.
Right.
They're telephone tough guys. They're wannabe tough guys, and now that they're anonymous,
right?
But I'm warning you.
Right.
N95 will not protect your teeth and gums from a punch. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen.
And that's you know what I think I've narrowed it down. One of my life philosophies is that everyone needs to have their ass kicked in life once.
Oh, at least once.
At least once, and it humbles you. It makes you less of an asshole.
Well, you know what it does is there's a consequence for your action, right? If you're acting like a jerk.
Yep.
And you act like a fool and you do something stupid, when you catch a punch in the face because of said action, you rethink stupid actions.
Yes.
You just say, "Hey, you know what? This isn't the best idea." You know what I mean? I don't want to get punched again.
I can deal with stupid people a lot easier than I can deal with assholes.
Well, I always thought that it would be good if the government would come up with like an electric shock collar. Like if you did something stupid, it fucking zapped you. And I mean, I need the remote.
Right.
Like a dog collar. The dog disobeys, you zap it, and it
could
stops.
be fun.
It can be funny.
Now, mean, on the other hand, that's a different story.
No, I get it.
Being an asshole.
Yeah.
I'd like that. Like I'll look at the boys, or we'll be out and about with the family, and somebody will do some asshole move, and I'll say, "You know what, boys? If that was the Wild West, that person would be dead already."
That's right. Oh yeah.
They wouldn't have made it out of town.
That's right.
They would never have made it out the saloon
the
doors.
good old days.
That's
you could
right.
just slap a guy with your glove and draw down at noon.
Oh my God, I know.
High noon.
This is totally high noon. The rifleman. I did have a flip side of this. Okay, I was driving here and I was thinking, what's it like wearing these masks, and who benefits from wearing a mask? Well, obviously an asshole does, but also ugly people. Ugly people, the world has just become their oyster. She could have a schnoz that looked like it fell down 7 flights of stairs. She could have teeth that look like a displaced box of chiclets. And imagine you falling in love with that girl with a mask at Wegmans, and she's got beautiful eyes and beautiful hair, and she's got a nice body.
It's like Popeye and Bluto.
And then it all and then they call it time to take the masks off, and you're it's like trying to gnaw your arm off in the morning.
Oh, I know.
Like,
dating through coronavirus is disgusting.
Oh, my God, I think you have an allergic reaction to the mask. It made you fucking butt ugly.
Oh, my God.
No.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'd hate to be a single person in this day and age, because how are you going to, how are you supposed to know? But it is. It's like Popeye and Bluto. They were fighting over that. That Arab olive oil had the veil on, and then she pulled her veil off, and she's like,
yes, it looked like a cousin to the sea hags.
Hey, listen, we're gonna jump on this. We're gonna throw it to Mr. Damian Harvey, who's gonna give us an update live from the nation's capital. What's going on, Harv?
I wonder if olive oil shaved her legs.
If she did, there would be nothing left.
She does not look like the kind of woman that would shave anything.
Well, you know what? And remember the socks that she always wore that fell down?
Yeah. Well, those might not have been socks.
Yeah, they were nylons or whatever.
Yeah.
She's what you would find under a burqa.
Yeah,
You know what, though? Speaking of the burqa, Damien, who knew that the burqa was the perfect COVID costume?
Yeah, I know, right?
They were way ahead of the curve.
That's right. Well, and I think that's why China was so far. Their numbers are so low. I
Right.
think they're lying about it. But if they're if you play the devil's advocate for a second,
Okay.
those Chinese people walked around with a mask in their pocket because they know the fucked up shit that's floating around in there.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. What's going on in the nation's capital, Washington D.C., Mr. Damian Harvey, DHE?
Well, thanks to our mayor, absolutely nothing for 30 more days because she just extended the stay-at-home order until May 15th.
Well, our mayor,
the
not so lovely, decided that she was going to go ahead and throw a party with 200 of her best friends on Clifford Avenue after Tukey managed to get himself shot Saturday night. So
Really?
Oh yeah, so she condoned a 200-person no mask hug morning get together. So they are hugging and kissing and drinking Hennessy
No
out of
way.
a bottle. Yeah, I swear to God. Look on Facebook. Look on YouTube. The videos
my
are
God.
everywhere. Yeah, they were out
Right,
there for 4 hours.
So that automatically means Rochester's open, right?
Well,
Well,
you'd
for
think.
certain people, if
Yeah.
you're connected to the mayor.
Yeah, if you
But
have,
it
if you're a
sounds like
constituent.
your mayor
Right,
is ahead of the curve.
exactly.
They're all trying to outdo
Yeah.
each other with who could be more authoritarian.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And it's
Right.
it's driving me. It really is just driving me absolutely insane. And
Oh
I
my
kind of,
God.
I finally got a day off. Andy, I don't know if you remember, but I've been working on this huge pitch for that outlet mall in California for the last 2 weeks.
Right,
And 14 straight days. Now I know you've probably made PowerPoint shows in the past.
Right, yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
This one was 126 slides.
Oh, my Christ.
Dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's like,
Are you splitting it up into like 5 sections?
it was a goddamn encyclopedia, and it was
Wow.
and
The history
and
of
so-
malls.
it was just over the top, and I had to build the entire thing, and we
Oh,
did this
God.
2-hour presentation on. Oh, another thing, I've been thinking about so much stuff to talk about today. Just it's cut me off when you have to.
No,
but
keep going, man.
one-
I'm taking a break.
one of the things. Do you remember? Have you ever talked about eCard
No,
on your show?
no, nothing.
All right. Well, I'll let you talk about eCard, but I'll just keep it at this. Do you remember how absolutely horrible the CD-ROM was that you first gave me when you first showed me this stuff?
Yes. Okay. So what
Okay.
we're talking about is a little miniature CD-ROM. Okay?
Okay.
And I got this card from a Amway salesperson, right?
Oh,
And
sure.
it just didn't work, right? It didn't have. I mean, it was back in the late '90s. So
So if you get 4 friends and they get 4 friends,
yeah,
I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, no, it wasn't the actual concept
I get
of
you.
it was the idea of this little miniature business card, right?
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
I can make animated business cards. It was
Okay.
before the internet was
Yeah,
fast.
people
It
were
was
trying all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and it was a concept and an idea that
Sure.
could have been pretty well received if we had more money and we were able to find. Anyway,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. We did pretty well.
But-
We had fun.
Yeah. So yeah, and it was, but I remember seeing it, and so but I'm coming from making feature film style television commercials on 35 and all that, which was my business.
Nice.
And I popped this little card into a computer, and it's like a Pentium 1 or Pentium 2, and
Yeah.
it's trying to play the CD-ROM, and it's like barf
Yeah.
on the computer
Yeah, it was
screen.
terrible.
It's
It was
the,
terrible.
it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It
Okay,
was
now
like a bad PowerPoint presentation.
All right. Well, fast forward 20 years to having to be forced to be on Zoom,
Oh,
and we're in the exact same fucking place.
but
And
it's live.
And I was just so depressed. I mean, like, I was just thinking, oh my God, 20 years later, my career has gone nowhere.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm back
max
to-
headroom.
yeah, I mean, yes. And and I'm trying to teach these. Let's just say that 3/4 of the staff can barely turn their iPhones on, and I'm trying to teach them how to
Oh, sweet
videotape
Jesus.
themselves.
Oh my
And
God.
so anyway,
So you spent the first 40 minutes trying to get everybody in their camera
Yeah.
frame.
And
Oh,
arguing
God,
with
and then-
yourself and not to jump out a window.
and then And then what Zoom did just to torture everyone is they come up with these virtual backgrounds. So you can upload a picture to this folder that no one can find.
Right.
And then when you click on it, you can be on a beach, you can be in the mountains, you can
so
be
it's a
wherever.
backdrop.
It's a backdrop.
So it's like shooting on green screen, except for using
except
modern
it's a million
technology.
times worse.
Yeah.
It's a million times worse. And if you don't know how to light yourself and all that, when you start moving your head, you look like Max Headroom.
Of course.
And your whole head's distorted and your hair is waving all over the place.
All right, so we had some technical difficulties. I'm not sure what actually happened, but we were going to do a commercial break there anyway. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Hemp Perfection. Hemp Perfection CBD is the world's greatest CBD product for stress, anxiety, pain, arthritis. If you want to combat the coronavirus and you want to boost your immune system, Hemp Perfection is the product for you. And Hemp Perfection has done a great job supporting the show. And one of the things they're offering for their customers, our listeners, is if you go to buyhempperfection.com, that's buyhempperfection.com, and you pick up any of their gummies, their tinctures, their dog treats, the water soluble, their honey sticks, or any of their lotions or the products that they have available, you are going to get 10% off if you use the coupon code McRib. 10. That's MCRIB and the number 10. McRib 10. Free shipping and always 10% off. I screwed that up, and I don't really give a shit. This show went sideways all of a sudden because we ran out of space for some goddamn reason.
Well, you're not Ed Asner.
No, I'm not Ed Asner. What the fuck? I'm just confused. You know, we ran out of free space, and then I don't know how this is going to edit together. But
It's like you're 21 and things have not worked out.
I know. If we were live on the internet, the interweb, it would have been a lot easier. But anyway, I don't know if we started the call with Mr. Damian Harvey out of Washington, D.C., because we were 24 minutes into the show when it shit the bed. So now we're back at the 26-minute mark after our Hemp Perfection commercial. Don't forget, buyhempperfection.com, McRib10, and the coupon code at checkout. Free shipping. Anyway, so back on the line, my buddy, Damian Harvey, my good friend, living down in the nation's capital. We're going to have to, we don't know where it stops, so we're going to have to just keep on moving.
Well, I think we left off at cutting holes in sheets.
Yeah, I know, but
something like that.
The problem is that I don't know how long we were not recording, so that whole segment could have been completely
gone. You got me, man, because I was just literally at one foot out the door. I was heading to Whole Foods for dinner,
okay.
But I forgot to put my mask on, so I had to come back for my mask. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the first person to say, "Where's your mask?"
Yeah.
You know what you should do is glue.
Where's your mask, butt ugly?
Glue a rubber tongue.
Right.
Glue a rubber tongue to it.
That's
Do what? I didn't hear
glue a rubber tongue to the face of the of the mask. And then just walk around touching people with it.
Yeah, right.
Or just picking up a bottle of applesauce and just rubbing your rubber tongue on it.
Go up to the milk cooler. You go up to the milk coolers and rub that bitch right up the whole thing.
A fucking Gene Simmons tongue hanging off the front of the mask.
Oh God, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Actually, one of my buddies, Steve, he's a funny dude. He's bored and he's locked down in quarantine, and he decided to do a little creative grooming and shaved a mask with the side straps into his face. So he's got a beard facial mask. I'm wearing my mask. Yes, you are, fella.
You know what it looks like?
That's funny.
Oh, it is funny.
Damien, do you have a beard?
No.
You're not sport. Okay. So basically, Andy, when he wears a mask, it looks like a 70s porn star wearing a bikini.
No, it doesn't. It's more like an underwear commercial. 1970s underpants commercial. Anyway, yeah. Oh yeah. How is Barbara? Barbara Bush.
Man, God. Thank God
anyway,
you guys
so
aren't on camera. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know, and I think what we're going to do for the first episode, I've thought about this, because it's going to be on video. Did you see the upside with Kevin Hart and Mr. White from Cranston,
yeah.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Upside, maybe.
Okay, he's a paraplegic, right? All he can do is move his eyes and his neck. He can turn his head, and he hires. It's a true story about a guy, a millionaire, multi-billionaire down in New York City that hires this ex-con, which is played by.
I did see that.
Okay.
I did see that.
Do you remember at the end of the movie? So it goes sideways, and he just owns everybody and wants to die. And he grows the full beard, and then Kevin Hart reintroduces himself into his life and says, "Listen, man, I'm going to get your head out of your ass and get you back." He takes him out skydiving or whatever the hell that thing is, paragliding.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before he does that, he takes him up into the hotel room. He says, "Man, we got to do something about that beard." Right? And the guy can't fight back. So he starts doing all this creative grooming, makes him look like Wyatt Earp and, one of the lead singers for Leonard Skinner. And he's cutting this beard into weird shapes. And I'm going to do that live on the air. I think I'm going to have my buddy Aaron from Danderville come in and do some creative grooming. We're going to do like 3 or 4, and I'll have him maybe finish off with just a little Hitler mustache. And then
That's right.
So
there won't be anything left.
Yeah, no, I know, but we'll stage it. So it'll be the long Fu Manchu with the middle missing, and then the long pork chops, and then the sideburn. Because I haven't shaved in 2 months. I'm just overgrown.
How's Kelly feel about that?
She loves it. That's the sad part. She's like, I love it. Will you leave it? I'm like, ugh, you are a hillbilly.
What? She is from Maine.
She is from Maine.
Speaking of hillbillies, have you guys seen the Tiger Show?
Oh my God, yes, we did a whole episode on that.
Did you?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
what episode are you on now?
Well, I just
Mikey.
spent. Oh,
Did you finish it, Damien?
I watched the whole first season. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm on episode 4.
Okay, don't know spoilers, but yeah,
I won't.
we talked about that. Yeah, the tiger, he's a piece of work.
What a bunch of fucking hillbillies! Oh my God.
Oh, I know. I love how his teeth are practicing social distancing. They're like 6 feet apart.
Are you talking about the meth head?
He's one of the husbands.
Yes.
Yeah. The one that's not really gay.
I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, how do you get your teeth to fall out like that? Oh yeah, meth. Yeah, meth
yes.
will do that.
Yeah, meth teeth. Yeah,
That'll
there's
do
summer teeth. Some are here, some are missing.
At some point, they were talking like we were making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. I'm like, and you couldn't afford a tooth?
Or
I was
dental insurance.
asking myself the same thing. I was like, why don't you get implants, dude? What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, no, when you're smoking,
like,
you're smoking meth, it rejects even implants.
Well, I know, but that was before they actually said, I don't have teeth because of the meth.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
As soon as I kept on seeing that guy and seeing his teeth or lack of, and I was just thinking, if you're making all that cash, how come you're not getting your teeth fixed?
Yeah,
that's funny. I was asking myself the same
Do
thing.
something about those chompers. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not. It can't be comfortable. You know what I mean?
No, especially when you're talking and you're like, that's like whistling.
Yeah. Say,
Well,
it sounds like the fucking pervert from The Simpsons.
That guy was talking
Hey.
about the fact that he was still trying to come down from the meth. So I think probably the last thing he was worried about was getting his teeth fixed.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
It's true.
The first episode, I kept thinking to myself, wow, this person's pretty screwed up until they introduced the next person. I'm like, oh, that
That's
person's even
right.
more. It was like a one up. The whole show was like,
yeah.
okay,
Let's
wow.
see who can be a bigger worthless piece of
Yeah,
shit.
this
Yeah,
is
isn't it?
a great train of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's very true because they just kept on it. That's one of the things that draws you in is that they keep on
One-upping
outdoing
it.
themselves by going lower and lower and
Yeah,
lower.
that's right. Yeah,
in
it's
the
kind of
gene
like that
pool.
show Shameless. Have you seen that? It's it's despicable. It's great. I love it. But the one thing that the Tiger King I came away with is I feel much better about my life. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
think that's the lesson for all of us after watching that.
Oh, you
But
get-
would the
series.
popularity of the show be as big as it is if we were all locked in and forced to just watch nothing but Netflix and
Actually, I think it would be because I think the tigers are the real unique selling point.
yeah, the kitten videos on YouTube.
People,
They're so amazing. Oh, another thing I never knew about was what do they call them? What do you call a tiger and a lion? A liger.
Yeah, liger.
Liger. 900 pounds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a house pet.
Imagine when that thing wakes up in a bad mood.
Yeah, hungry.
Shit's
900
going
freaking
sideways.
pounds.
Yeah, 900
Yeah,
pound.
I've been married 4
liger.
times. Oh, you got divorced 4 times? No, not really. Mitch over there. He's got a taste for female humans.
That's right. He likes the blondes. Oh yeah. So it's a total train wreck. But speaking of train wrecks, and in this coronavirus zombie apocalypse, there's a place that I saw that recently came onto the market, Harvin. If you get this big deal out that shopping center in L.A. or California, wherever it is, there is a 15,000 square foot concrete and steel doomsday bunker available in Las Vegas. I just want you to know. Yeah, it's priced at $18 million. It's a nice little place. It's only 5,000 square feet, but it does have, for an underground bunker, it's got everything that you'd want. Okay, it's got an indoor pool. It's got a guest house. It's got fake trees and waterfalls, pool, spa, fountain, 500 linear feet of floor-to-ceiling illuminated murals and landscapes. So you don't feel like you're in a dungeon. So you can go from basement to basement. Go ahead.
I wonder if it's painted like the inside of one of the casinos in Atlantic City.
Oh,
remember those?
Yeah, but it had
with the styrofoam mountains.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want in my house.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
It's just like a real
styrofoam
thing.
mountains.
Yeah.
If
It's got
it's
a
Vegas,
putting
it's
green
gotta be.
and a dance. It's got it does have the fake rock mountains. Okay, just so you know. And then the murals. The murals look like you're looking outside, but it's
sure you do.
It's got a dance floor and a stripper pole, and everybody's got to have a stripper pole.
Right.
But yeah, it's got clouds painted on the ceiling and fake grass. I mean, this is a subterranean paradise, man, and it's available. So I know you're in the market, so for a doomsday bunker.
I'm in the market to get a tent and live outside for like 2 months.
I'm with you. I'd like a teepee, please.
Yeah,
30 by
anything
30
just-
teepee with an outdoor shower, and I think that's all I need. A drum circle, a bonfire, my guitar, my dogs, my
Right.
girlfriend, and
Right.
enough booze to drink myself to death in the next 35 years.
There you go. There you go. You
Like
can do
Nick
that.
Cage and leaving Las Vegas, baby.
That's right. Yeah, but I'm going to do it over a sustained kind of period of time.
I like
Right.
you remember. I don't know if you ever saw that, but the classic
yeah.
scene. He's cruising through the liquor store and he has a shopping cart.
Yeah.
It's filled with booze bottles right to
I've
the
never
top.
done that
Oh my god!
once. No, I've never
that's
done that.
classic.
I've never
Well,
done that.
I've done that for a party, but not for yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
He was a party of one.
that's right. Yeah, I just need
Yeah.
a one bottle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
no. I distinctly remember that scene.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was there. It reminds me of our trip to New York City, Atlantic City, everywhere we've been to a lot. Damien and I've done a world tour. We're like Vietnam veterans.
Yeah.
We're brothers in arms.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Sometimes we keep each other up.
yeah,
So
we needed to. That's for sure.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. The roof of that place in my cousin's house. That was anyway. I'm doing inside stories, and it's
Yeah.
not funny or fair.
No.
Anyway, unless you want to divulge, I do have a story that I'm hesitant to tell because it makes me out to be a horrible person. But we've already established that I'm a piece
That's
of shit. So
established. Yes. Go ahead.
it's already been established. So if I told this story, okay, it probably would be looked at as a potential. That's kind of an exaggeration. All right.
Right.
But I'll tell the story real quick, and then Damien, I'm going to let you finish. All right. So
Okay.
we're on a tour. We went to Atlantic City, we went to New York City, we went to DC, we went to Crystal City. We were bouncing around doing. It was supposed to be work, and I don't think we ever accomplished anything
No.
at our work. But we went on these tours and just drank and had fun. And we had a driver with us. We had a guy that worked for us that was driving, Dave, that pinhead. Anyway, so make a long story short.
Right.
I think we were in Crystal City that night, and I'm not 100% sure, but we had a meeting the next morning, and we went out and got banged up pretty bad the night before, and lots of beer, lots of shots, lots of strippers, I'm assuming, and Dave, the driver, was a piece of shit that couldn't get out of bed in the morning, right? We had this meeting that we had to go to. This is a very important business work meeting that we obviously never closed or did anything with. But we had to be there. So we
Right.
had to be there at 9 o'clock or whatever that time frame was.
Sure.
And we drive there. We take Dave's car because he was the driver. So we took his car and we drove there. And we got back to the hotel room after the meeting, and I know we didn't do anything successful in this meeting, but we did it successfully in that we presented what we were supposed to present, despite our diminished capacity.
and the reeking of booze.
Oh, yeah, the booze must have been coming out of our pores.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Anyway, so we get into the elevator, and this the one thing I do remember about this elevator, it was like half the speed of smell. It was like the slowest elevator in history. And I know that it was a long ride to the meeting, so I think I had enough coffee that I was dancing my little pee-pee dance.
Right.
And both Damien and I realized when we get to the door that neither one of us has a key to the room. Now, Dave's in the room. We can hear him in the shower, so we're pounding on the door, and he won't answer. Okay.
All right. Let me finish.
Okay. So
okay. Okay. So I'll just fix a couple of things in your lead-in. We were in Atlantic City.
Oh, is that okay? We were in,
and we were leaving. We were heading off to our next stop, and you and I left the room and went downstairs, and we had forgotten like a laptop or something.
Okay.
And so we had to go back up to the room to get in the room to get whatever it was that we had forgotten, and we show up, and neither you or I had a key for some stupid reason.
Oh, and then Dave was in the shower.
And we can hear through the door the shower, and Dave's in the shower, and so we're pounding on the door, and Dave can't hear us.
Right.
And we're pounding on the door, he still can't hear us. And we turn around, and across the hallway is this like 5'5" by 5'5" Guatemalan woman or
cleaning lady,
house cleaner.
Right.
And
she doesn't speak any English.
She doesn't speak any English. She's got her cart with all the shit on it, and she's coming out of the room, and she shuts the door. And we look at her and we say, "Excuse me, but can you open up the door? We need to get in our room." And
she says,
looks
security.
at us.
Security.
She can't understand us, So we say, we're locking, and we say, we're gesturing, give us the key to stick in the thing. We're locked out. And I don't know if she gives us like a no, or no, I can't do it.
Security. She kept saying security.
Oh, yeah, security.
Call security. And
so
I'm like, no, just use your fucking key and open up the door.
Right. She won't let us in. So what does Andy do? Andy literally spins his body around.
You're not going to believe this.
Over.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was in a state that I was very fragile. And she hurt me badly.
Yeah, right. you spun around, and with all that fucking anger and angst and power that you could possess, you bent over, put one hand on either cheek, and farted so hard that it parted her hair.
I pushed her, and it was like one of those long, uncomfortable farts that lasted like 8 seconds.
It was a projectile fucking bomber that went across the hallway.
I pinned her against the fucking wall.
I think she stepped backwards into her cart.
Oh,
That's how hard it hit her.
That's the international language of disdain.
That's right. I just blew her a kiss.
Yeah, across her jaw. And it was like, and I was standing there, and my mouth was open. I was like, Andy.
I told you. I was in a very fragile state.
Your underwear was.
How can I get through to this woman? How mad I am.
I mean, I didn't want to intimidate her in any way. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5".
The only thing that was fragile was your underwear, man. It was probably blown into holes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
So that was, yeah.
I French pressed her up against her shopping or cleaning cart.
It was kind of a little Marvel, like Dr. Fart. It was kind of that.
Like I was a comic book hero. And that would be, my Indian name is Wind Under the Log. So, Wind Under the Log is my Indian name. So I got to get a superhero name now, too, which would be...
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doctor
Oh no.
Underpants.
Yeah.
No, we've got it much better than that. We got
Captain Underachiever. I don't know.
right. So anyway, so she just shrunk. She just slinked off. Probably telling to this day, 20 years later, she's telling her grandchildren about this.
Don't go to D.C. or
Yeah.
don't go to Atlantic City.
Don't go to Link City. Watch out for the gringos in the hallway.
Yeah, and if they ask you to open up the door, do it. she
Bad
never
things will
denied
happen.
anybody after that.
That's right.
Bad things will happen.
Yeah.
She's going down the hallway asking people if they need to get in.
Then okay, just correct me if I'm wrong. After the fart lasted a considerable amount of time, correct? It
did.
Had a lot of percussion, a lot of bass.
It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. It was almost like 5 seconds long.
Yeah, it was just an unbelievable
Amount of
Yes,
gas.
it was
hang time.
Yeah. It did have hang time.
It did.
You got air.
That's right.
Like-
You got air, man. Oh, my
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, though, with right after the fart ended, didn't Dave open the door like 3 seconds
Yes.
later?
Yeah,
so
he did.
it was so undeserved. Poor woman. I
Yeah,
should do something nice for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy some coffee beans. She's from Guatemala.
I think
All
we
right.
did do something nice. We went into the room and shut the door.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing you could do. Remove yourselves
That's
from her
That's right.
vicinity.
Yeah, so she could go take a bath.
Yeah. She was.
God.
I see.
That's
You
when
know-
the crying game cues up and she's in the
Oh.
shower.
So, interesting thing happened. Our little podcast is getting picked up by an internationally syndicated TV show or international syndicated podcast network called Earplugs. Earplug Podcast Network. So we are on the airwaves, or soon to be on the airwaves, with Jay and Silent Bob and the Comic Book Men, and he's gonna boost our little audience up to 1 million or 2.
Wow.
Let me clarify. We won't be on the show with Jay and Dylan.
No, we're gonna be on the same airwaves.
That's
so when you go
right.
to it, so unlike like Podbeam and Buzzsprout and
Yes.
iTunes and the Google Play and Alexa and all that other shit,
Sure.
where you can download your favorite podcasts like the Stupid Humans one. Make sure you subscribe because you'll love us. If you hate us, go ahead and send us an email to stupidhumanspodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to read your angst and anger on the air. But anyway, no, Earplug Podcast Network is kind of like that. You know, it's got it brings on 7 or 8 highly rated shows, and then they market it and promote it, and it's going to be fun.
And then they bring out one welfare case.
Yeah, and then they take on
They bring out a charity case.
That's right. And that's us, and that's okay.
We're number
You know
2.
what? We're number 2. We're
right.
number 2 in all podcasts. Stupid Humans Internet Talk Show shit. Anyway, so so I don't know what we missed in our segment there, man. You know, we had a lot to talk about. We were talking about the Tinder profiles of girls that need help, but I think we're gonna have to move past that on to good old Leonardo da Vinci. You know, Leonardo da Vinci's he'd be fucking 503 years old today.
That's
Wow.
not old.
Today's his birthday?
Today's his birthday.
That's the new.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
new
know.
100.
It is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were born in 1452 or 1482.
You know what the
or
amazing
whatever it
thing is that he looked like he was 503 when he died.
Yeah. Well, it's just his grooming habits were a little on the
Yeah, he
kind
was
of like
God.
mine.
He's
He
one of
stood-
the oldest looking people of all time.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
stood a little too far away from the razor, but some
Yeah.
great inventions, some really cool stuff that he
Right.
had.
Oh my god.
You know, Leonardo da Vinci's, his helicopter and his tank and his and the Peruvian man or Peruvian man,
Right.
Peruvian man, Peruvian. No.
I don't know.
I still don't know what that
Look,
thing's
you're
called.
talking
Okay,
about
so you're talking
the
about I'm talking
guy.
about the guy with his arms outstretched and
Yeah.
his legs
Right.
stretched, and he's got the circles, and then what that
Is
is,
it Andaluvian?
Peruvian. It's Peruvian. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
so
Oh,
if you-
Bavarian. Bavarian
no, it's not Bavarian.
pretzel
No, stop.
mustard.
Okay, so what it is he was such a genius. He figured out that the human being is anatomically measured correctly. So if you measure from the tip of your index finger to the back of your palm, it's the same length as your forearm. Oh, and so your body's all this like weird proportions, how your hands mirror. It's
the divine equation.
Yeah, but he calls it the
Vitruvian man.
Vitruvian
Nice.
man. That's what it is. Damien's got the Google going.
Yeah, he does.
He does that.
'Cause if he was
I just reached deep into the crevices and found it.
Yeah. So
'Cause I was gonna say if he was really smart, he would have had it about 8 seconds ago.
yeah,
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, I know, Mike. Really,
I'm not as if I didn't come up with shit either.
No.
I just started thinking
You didn't
about a
know-
Bavarian pretzel.
Yeah, you were just looking for something to dip mustard in.
That's
You
right.
fat ass. What a joke. Unbelievable. Oh, shit, we're out of air again. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I can't believe this episode just got cut into half. It just got snapped right in the middle. It's gonna be fun for our audio engineer to splice this together. And I want you to know that this podcast is unedited. It will be edited to splice this together.
Yeah.
So if it sounds a little wonky, that's why. All right, just so you know, we had a little technical difficulty where we ran out of storage space, and
Ran out of tape.
Yeah, we ran out of tape.
That's right. The tape just stopped.
That's right. It cut. It broke in half. We had to get some Scotch tape, and get on the little editing thing like the old days.
That's
Get
right.
it back together. All right,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
up and running.
Tape.
We're good.
Yep, that's
We're
right.
good.
Yeah. You used to do that. Yeah, no. With your film.
Folks, remember that? In the old days with the projectors, and if it broke, then if you were the special kid in class, you could fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you took a compass and poke holes in the side of it
Oh,
so
yeah,
your
yeah.
teeth would go through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, been there, done that too.
And Zoom is like that now.
Yeah,
So,
except for it's digital.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a fucking compass and shove it right in the screen.
That's right.
God, I hate that.
We're going all Edison, as in 1913.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna test bulbs. That's it. I swear to God, that's where it is. And that's what. And have you seen any of those videos with the mistakes on Zoom?
No.
They have a couple running on LinkedIn, and just all the funny shit that's been going on over the last 2 months with all these people that have never done it before, and then like leaving the backdrops up. So they're having these really big, huge meetings, and they've got running movies of their dogs, and they're petting their dogs behind them.
How funny.
They're like trying to sell $1 million deals, and then the dogs come running through the house, or the kids.
Well,
in
their whole
strollers.
platform got compromised, and they were there were corporate meetings going on with like dozens and dozens and dozens of executives in there, and then all of a sudden the screen shows up playing porn.
Well, I got a good one for you. I'm at my girlfriend's the other day. She's got a 16-year-old daughter, and they were just starting their Zoom classes. After being out of school for a month or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I say to her, I said, "How was your class today?" And she goes, "Oh, it only lasted for like 15 minutes." I said, She goes, "What happened?" And it turns out that like a Jeff Spicoli broke into the class in the middle of it and started fucking with the teacher. Right during the class. I don't know if he ordered pizza or what. But it was
That's
like,
the best.
"Fuck you, man! You suck!" Ah!
That's
And the
great.
the teacher had no idea how to mute him or anything like that. So the teacher's like, "All right, everyone, class dismissed."
Hey man,
you hear that?
You hear that? That's me hitting my head with the sneaker.
That's right. How can anybody take Sean Penn seriously after that shit?
I think he's a great actor. I liked him
He's a
in
good actor.
What's that, Mystic River? That's a good one.
Outside of
man.
that, though, I have no desire to listen to him. I'm like, okay,
Nah, you know what? I don't listen. I don't watch them for their acting ability, or I watch them for their acting ability,
Yeah.
not their political. Shut
Oh
up.
God, no! Please.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
just stop, just shut up and dance.
I know. Yeah.
You know.
You read the lines that somebody
Read-
else wrote
yeah.
for you.
Lie to
me.
Pretend you're somebody else,
That's right.
because the person you are really
That's
in
right.
reality we don't like. So
That's right.
shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up, stupid.
Exactly.
I heard something this morning where whoever that chick is that's either married or Tom Hanks' girlfriend or something, they had to take hydroxychloroquine
Uh-huh.
to save their lives, and she was complaining about how bad the medicine made her feel.
Oh, okay. How about death then? Yeah. What about the alternative, idiot?
I know. It's like, oh, I didn't like the way the medicine made me
Oh.
feel.
It's like Robitussin. It tastes really bad.
I had.
I don't care if my
gas.
throat's sore. I don't want to drink that.
Yeah.
Oh
Shut
yeah,
up,
yeah,
stupid.
shut up is exactly right.
Shut up, you.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're doing good when you're just sending out messages, happy messages.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
great. Norm Macdonald calls it. He calls it the Tom Hanks disease.
Calls it what?
The Tom Hanks disease.
Oh.
Because you wouldn't think anybody else on the planet had it.
That's right. That's
Like, oh my God, not Tom Hanks.
All right.
Sweet Jesus.
All right, Harv. Listen, my
Yeah.
friend, I'm going to send you the link for this place so I can come visit you in Vegas in your doomsday bunker.
Oh yeah, I told you, man. I'm like everyone else. The last thing I want to be is in a bunker right now. I want to
Yeah.
be like outside under the stars.
Oh, I know.
You know, actually, believe it or not, in a traffic jam would be nice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know?
it's changing everything, man. I don't know how we're going to get to what's going to happen when sports are opened again. I mean, football's going to start in 4 months. I mean, are the game's going to be like
Right.
limited seating? You got to sit every third seat or some damn thing. I mean,
God, let's hope not.
oh,
Let's-
it's
I don't see. It's impossible to tell because of the overreaction to this thing and how bad it's been,
Right.
and how everyone's lost their at least the government officials have lost their common sense completely.
right.
So I don't know if, like, for example, when they see that the death rate is like a third of what an annual flu rate would be,
Yeah, I know.
you know, that kind of thing, when
Sure.
it's all said and done. So I'm just hoping that by, like, in, let's say, midsummer, some common sense returns and people start to understand that no, you're not going to catch this, you're not going to die.
Right.
You can go do what you were doing before this started.
Right.
There might be more washing your hands at stuff, and you'll see some people walking around with masks on, but
Forever.
I'd be shocked and amazed if our lives were like totally disrupted 6 months from now.
Well, I would hope so. But
Yeah.
it's funny. I was talking to a guy today, and he said to me that he's from Colorado, and he said that some of the trails out there actually have signs because the raccoons have Black Death. They have the bubonic plague. All the
Wow.
raccoons, and he says nobody talks about it, nobody cares about it. They actually are infected with the bubonic plague, Black Death, and there's signs. Black Death. Do not enter.
Well, that's because there's no fucking Chinese scheme that are stopping to kill the raccoons and eating them.
Oh.
That's why.
Jesus. All right. Yeah.
Hey,
How was that for an accent?
Well, there you go. On that note, Mr. Harvey, I love
All
you,
right,
brother.
guys.
Talk to you soon,
All right,
man.
From politically correct Washington, D.C. Adios.
You're the best. Thanks, pal. Hey, that's our buddy. That's my buddy. He had to tell that fart story. I mean,
I like that.
I kind of prompted him to tell that fart story because, truthfully, it's one of my highlight moments.
It's a highlight reel of your life.
I mean, when I look back at my life, and they say your life flashes before your eyes when you die, I'll probably see that poor little fucking Guatemalan woman with her eyes the big as saucers
Oh
as her
my
and
God.
fart just blasted her.
Oh
I mean, it
my
was
God.
just.
There are
brutal.
defining moments in our life, and usually
I'm
they
sorry.
involve some sort of.
Yeah.
They just do. Hence the impetus for this show.
Okay, so yeah, the impetus, but it is a big part of my life. Not just the act of farting, but
Yeah.
the act of listening to farts. You
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
the
I know
stories
farts
that
are
surround
funny,
it.
and I know that my mentality is around 13 years old because, and it'll always stay there. I think I don't know, something traumatic
Arrested
must have happened.
development.
Yes, something happened when I was in that early teen and impressionable age that
Were you a choir boy around then?
I was an altar boy.
Oh, yeah,
I wasn't
very
choir boy. I was an altar boy.
good. Altar boy. Okay.
But the priest used to fart, and it stunk. And we'd be holding. I remember this. My friend
my
Pat
God.
DePalma can attest to this. So you
Yeah.
hold the book up for the guy to read, right? The
Right.
priest is you're standing in
Sure.
front of the priest, and he would literally rip ass while he was standing there. Holy Lord,
Oh,
da-da-da-da,"
no.
and he would just. Oh yeah,
He just
sounded-
let it.
Yeah, and then and I'm purple because I'm laughing so hard. I'm trying not, and Pat is sitting on the other side of him,
Yeah.
and he's trying to drift away because he, right there when
Right.
we were, he's reading the book
Oh my God.
right in the middle of it, and just lets ass rip without even
Yeah,
without
and you're not supposed to
no
laugh.
blood,
Yeah.
and you can't laugh, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
literally just.
Yeah. Just blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keel over. Thump.
and I'm sure I don't know if I usually did like the 8 o'clock mass, and I think my mother went to the 10, so I didn't
okay.
I didn't get scolded,
Oh,
get
yeah.
yelled at, but
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it
you
was.
had to be at mass. It could be worse if your mother's there. So
Oh,
I'll
that-
do the early one. Yeah,
I could
no.
get a beating.
I'll warm
I'd
up-
catch a beating for that one.
Oh God.
Yeah, And I'm like, Mom, I would really, I just don't overreact.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, what the
Come on.
hell? It was
This is
just
supposed to be all nice and
I was
Christian
like-
and stuff.
Yeah, I was 12 years old. Farts were funny.
All right, here's one for you.
All right.
This qualifies me for going to hell. 16 years old, I come out to this part of the state well before I ever moved here as an adult. Come out here, it's New Year's Eve, and there's a church service that my aunt and uncle are the ministers for at the Salvation Army,
Salvation
And-
Armani.
and we are mandatory. We have to go. Me and my cousin and his girlfriend. Well, before we go in there, we get baked. I mean, baked like you wouldn't, like New Year's Eve baked. So we go in there. It's warm, you know. So you go out from the cold into the warm
Oh, yeah.
and baked.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And we're feeling good.
You're like, hey.
So this guy, we're doing okay.
All
And
right.
his father's, my cousin's father's a minister. He's given the sermon. He has a fire and brimstone. Jesus, God will be taking your soul. You know, I mean, I'm like, this guy was straight out of a Baptist, out of Poltergeist. I don't know. But he's doing his thing, and I'm like, oh, God. Then this one parishioner, his name was Jimmy. And Jimmy had
You
a
knew
wicked speech impediment.
Oh, great.
And he was slightly mentally challenged.
All right. Well, that's politically correct.
And-
You could say that. Is that
And
right?
he says, would anybody like to yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
Not
Not that we're trying to be PC, but we don't
No,
hurt anybody's
yeah.
feelings. Okay, but
So in any case, I'm like, and you know, they make a call out to the audience. Would anyone like to get up and share their testimony? You know, that's pretty common. And me and my cousin and his girlfriend are sitting there,
yeah.
and we're looking at each other, and we're aware of this guy. I'm like, please, not him.
Oh.
And doesn't he stand up? He goes, hi, my name is Jimmy.
And you're stoned.
I would like to, and we're stoned. And dude, that guy doesn't get 6 words in because he talks all fucked up, and it's funny, and we're stoned.
And you,
Dude, we are laughing so hard we're almost pissing our pants. My uncle's still in a fucking. He's up at the pedestal at the beginning of the room, and he's beat fucking red. He's like 5'2", right? He's this 5'2" man, and he is pissed.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh my God! And I'm laughing so hard, tears are rolling down my face. My cousin's laughing.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's fucking laughing. We're stoned out of our minds. To finally, and this Jimmy guy keeps going. He's fucking oblivious, man. God bless him. You know, he's just fucking. He's rolling, and he keeps going, and it keeps getting funnier. Hi, my name is Jimmy, because he sounds like a human cartoon.
Mr. Hanky.
and you're stoned.
Because it's the only impression you know.
Eventually, I had to get up. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm
Right.
already screwed,
Oh, yeah.
anyways."
Yeah.
You know.
I'll tell you something that's totally not funny but scary. So we went. I quit going to church. I quit.
Right.
Go for weddings. Go for funerals. That's it. So I'm about 20. I don't know, about 25, right? And a family friend had passed away, and we went down to the parish that I grew up in. And we had this nun. Her name was Sister Eugene, but we called her Fish,
Right.
because she had like 39 chins at last count. You know, so she
okay.
wore the habit. She was
Oh.
oval,
Yeah,
right?
she
And then
looked
she
like
had the gills.
Oh, from
the,
SpongeBob. The driving instructor.
well, no, yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little
Okay,
bit.
all right.
So we called her Sister Fish, right?
Okay.
And she thought it was a term of endearment because Jesus blessed the fishes or whatever the fuck it was.
All
But
right.
anyway, so yeah, Sister Eugene used to drag me down the hallway by my ears. So I was never a big fan of hers or vice
Yeah,
versa.
I
She
can see
hated
that.
my guts.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was living in Florida at the time. I was about 19 or 20 years old, and my mother calls and says,
Right.
Sister Eugene had a heart attack and she passed. And I said, oh, who cares? You know, I mean, there was no love lost. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like, okay, yes, the woman beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
She smacked me with rulers. This was way before all the PC
You're just
shit.
like, there comes karma.
You
Thank
can,
you.
yeah, you know what I mean? She was just a miserable old woman who hated my guts. So I really didn't care.
Yeah.
See, the problem is that she used to do these parent-teacher conferences after beating the snot out of me, right?
Right.
Literally dragging me down the hallway and by my ears.
Sure.
And I'm laughing, right? And she's
Right.
beating me and smacking me with the ruler. And I had to go to the principal's office and sit there for 4 hours. And she'd have a conversation with my mother. And the conversation always went, he is the nicest boy in class. We love him dearly. He is just misbehaving a little bit, right? That kind of. So my mother had this like
No.
endearment for her because she thought she's protecting my son and she really loves him. While on the
Oh.
other side of her face, she was beating the snot out of
Yeah,
me.
she's
right.
oh my God, she's Cruella DeVille.
Yeah, exactly, but just not as tall. She was like 5'2", and she was
Right.
oval. And like I said,
Right.
last count, and I did an extensive study. I
Sure.
counted 39 chins.
Nice.
Right? Yeah, and they all kind of puckered out. It almost looked like a ruffles on an old fashioned tuxedo. Anyway,
When she laughed, it
that's
looked
right,
like
I juggled.
it looked
She
like-
never
it looked
laughed.
like someone was
She-
shaking a package of salami.
She never laughed. She never smiled. She
Oh.
never even grinned. You know,
Holy
she was just
God.
a million years old and nasty and
Oh.
old. Never got laid.
That
you know,
probably-
just a
those two kinda go
horrible,
hand in
just
hand. Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah,
You know.
the priest
anyway,
wouldn't even touch her.
anyway,
Yeah,
fast
that's tough.
forward.
Go
So
ahead.
I find out in 1990 that she's dead.
Right.
In 95, I'm sitting in the same church that I grew up in as an altar boy, but they've remodeled it, right?
Okay.
And now I'm sitting up. If you know, we're probably halfway down, the pews.
Sure.
And we're sitting on the far right side. It's a funeral. It's not packed, but it's,
Okay.
I mean, the front. We're sitting in kind of the back
Yeah,
end of
it's
it,
a Catholic
right?
funeral. I get
Catholic
it.
funeral.
Yeah,
So,
I've been there.
priests are doing it. But here's the thing. Now I'm in the church that I grew up in. Now
Right.
I'm looking around and looking at all the changes, all the remodeling they did, and I spent
Yeah.
an extensive amount of time in his church, right?
Sure, you knew
So
it.
I'm looking around and I see some stuff, and so I'm sitting on the end of the pew on the far right side. So my right side is open.
Right.
Next to me on my left is my little goofy brother, right?
Uh-huh.
And then on the other side of him is my mother,
Okay.
right? So I'm looking around, right? And I just happen to glance over my left shoulder and I look at the back of the church,
Uh-huh.
and the very last pew is sitting Sister Eugene, and she's fucking glaring at me. I
What?
mean, she's sitting there and she's staring. And I turn around and I'm like fucking shaking, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look at Colin and I go, dude, the fuck? Sister Eugene is in the back of the church. He goes,
Holy
she's
shit.
dead. I said, dude, Sister Eugene is in the back of the church. Right? Right? Okay. So I turn around again and I look, and she's gone. So now I'm
No.
shitting my pants, and I start punching my little brother's leg. Bang! I'm punching him, and I'm like,
Right.
holy shit, dude. I'm telling you, Sister Eugene. And she's, she could be looking
Oh,
anywhere
yeah.
in the church. I'm on
Right.
the far right side of the church,
Right.
and she's staring at me.
Oh my God.
Okay? Swear to God, 40 seconds later, she grabs my fucking right shoulder, and I go, ah! It turns out she had a heart attack and didn't fucking die, but it scared. I jumped out of my seat. It scared the shit out of me.
You're like, it's a zombie stabbing
Oh
head.
my God!
Headshot.
I did. I went,
headshot.
ah! And I look up at her, and she's like, "Pay attention."
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
Fuck you, Sister Eugene.
Oh my God. Trauma.
No, it's. I mean,
Mommy.
dude, it was so funny.
Oh
We
my
we
God.
laugh about it now, but I swear to God,
Oh,
I
I
saw
can
a
only
ghost.
imagine.
I saw a ghost. I mean, and she was dead.
And it was
she
the
was
evil
dead
specter,
4 years
too.
before I had her for 8th grade math.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And
Right.
that was 40 years removed.
Holy God.
So,
Sister Fish.
yeah. Unbelievable. So yeah, no, that was a
good
pretty exciting experience. You know, I got to tell you,
Yeah, I like
well, it makes for a good story.
Yeah, the Sister Fish story.
Yeah, the Sister Fish story.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So
I like
yeah,
that.
and I haven't been back since.
I
Well,
can-
I
can
did go
see
back
why.
one other time, and when I walked in, I put my fingers in the holy water and I screamed, "It's hot!" and then turned around and walked out. No, I didn't. But if you do that, they don't let you into church. Just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they frown on that. Yeah, it's something that if you
Yeah.
say it burns, they just assume you're the Satan, and you
Right.
you got to wait outside.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't find it to be funny.
No, they don't. There's zero sense of humor in the church.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the military. You know what I mean? There's no humor in the military. There's no
Right.
humor in the church.
yeah.
You know,
It's a problem.
it's a problem. I mean,
That's
it
a
should be
problem.
funny, right?
Yeah, it should be funny. Life is funny.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah.
I mean, God's got a sense of humor. I fully believe in that.
You I know. Look at
God's got a
Monroe
sense of
Avenue.
humor. I mean, he's letting that stuff roll right now.
Oh yeah.
God, you think that's funny? Watch this shit. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer is right. All right, listen, my friend. I don't know how much time we've been going. I don't know how many hours we actually been at this, but I know we're at an hour and 7 minutes and 53 seconds. Don't forget about the new and improved Stoopid Tube, STOOPID tube, like YouTube, but for stupid people. That's going to be launched here in the next week or so. The guys over at Blue Mongoose Web Development, or is that right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Blue Mongoose Web Development. All their tags and stuff are going to be at the bottom. You're also going to find an Etsy link to the Stupid Humans. So you can buy our swag. We got all kinds of great shirts and shoes and T-shirts and hats and cups and whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff, and the artists are working on that every day and getting new stuff out.
Oh, I can't wait to have the swag myself.
I know. I ordered a shirt because I had to have it. I had to
It looks
have it. I
cool
didn't
as
want to
shit.
wait for the inventory to get in here.
That's
So
right.
yeah. But we got the stickers. We got all kinds of fun stuff. So if you want to support the show, help us buy some camera equipment so you can see our ugly faces. You got Vape DTF. Those guys are great. New York State e-liquid based company. They've got DTF flavor. DTF, deliciously twisted flavors for you perverts. And it's they've got some amazing flavors. They've got apple cinnamon cereal, peach kiwi lemonade, vanilla ice cream with rainbow sprinkles, blue raz slushy, as well as gray pixie stick, which is, and I know that apple bag, which is the one Apple Love, is the one that I love, and it's apple cinnamon cereal, tastes just like Apple Jacks, and it's an award winner. And they're giving you a discount code. If you put 2020 in the coupon code on the checkout, you get 20% off, and if you order 2 bottles, you get free shipping. So 2020 in the checkout, vapedtf.com. You're going to love their juice. Don't forget about buyhempperfection.com. Those guys are great. They're buyhempperfection.com. McRib10 at checkout. You're going to get your 10% off and free shipping. If you want to combat the coronavirus by boosting your immune system, there's your product that you need. So get your lotions and tinctures and gummies and the good stuff. Anyway, Mikey P, you are the best. I love you, man. Thanks for coming in, combating the coronavirus with your rubber gloves.
That's right.
And I can't wait until Saturday. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have 9 people in the studio. We're going to be
all
drinking.
6 feet apart.
All 6 feet apart. We're going to do them in intervals. We're going to change a little rubber condom on the microphones.
The guest condom.
The guest condom. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Actually, we're probably just going to do a sheet and you put a hole in it. I don't know if that made it into the segment. That might just be an inside joke. But anyway, that might have been cut off. Oh, God damn it. It sucks when your technology doesn't work. But listen, please be stupid. Thanks for listening.